All hail and praise Nurgle! Wait, because Nurgle's the horrible corpse thing sitting on the throne, right? Everyone's hailing and it's, you know, it's survived long past its normal death.
That's chaos.
Good God, I took one look at the Emperor and I thought...
I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest.
Ugh. And you're watching Dark Heresy. Vidcast, session 18. Yes, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah, it definitely has.
Now, here's the obligatory fade out.
It all looks safe in post.
Here's the fade in. Oh, it's fading in again. Wow!
Yes, it all makes sense in post.
It does. How you doing, everyone? We've been away a while. Sort of, well, with Heresy. Because,
yeah, definitely.
Well, you know, we'd had some really disastrous sessions, hadn't we, with your GMing.
Yeah.
We did the what went wrong, and we saw that quite a lot went wrong.
Definitely, a lot went wrong, yeah.
Commented on that, and you know, it's always been a case where we don't just want to sort of like edit the bad things out and just show you this and say, oh yeah, we are the paragons of gaming magnificence, because it would be wrong, you know.
That and you don't like paladins.
I said paragons.
Paragons, paladins, same difference.
Not in my book.
Yeah, your book is Dragon Age, so yeah, there's no paladins there.
No. Thankfully, hey?
Almost no paladins, they have Templars, close enough.
I've got armor, I can tank better than you, I can heal better than you, I can kill better than you.
Yeah, that did piss you off in Warcraft, didn't it? With paladins going around, aha, I heal better than a priest. And priests are meant to be like...
I tank better than a warrior.
Yeah, and a druid can tank better than a warrior as well.
Yes, anyway.
In bear form. Get out of that game!
Remove yourself and back in for the 41st Millennium Sun.
Well, that'd be moving forward.
Well, not necessarily, because, you know, like Star Wars is actually set in the past. Because remember, it's a galaxy far, far away, and it was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah,
a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yes, so that's a good point. Doesn't make any sense.
That's actually the past.
What's going on?
What's happening now?
Yeah. Where's the paradox? Where's the time paradox machine while we're at it?
Yeah, and the other scary thing is obviously it's not in the Milky Way because it's a galaxy far, far away.
There's not just one, it's multiple galaxies.
Like the Mass Effect aliens and stuff, they're in our galaxy.
Yeah.
That's the Milky Way.
Yeah.
So I wonder if the Mass Effect lot are ever going to meet the Star Wars one.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I've done it now!
Yes, you have done it now. Either someone's going to make a reference to that in somewhere, in some silly video, or someone's going to write a fan fiction of crossovers.
Now, as much as I'm sure you're enjoying this geek chat, let's get on with session 18, shall we? And we were saying that we've had some really bad sessions. That 17 really was the decider, wasn't it? That you weren't going to do it anymore. How did you really feel about the world and, you know, trying to GM that and the decision to...
To be honest,
stop.
As much as I like Warhammer, 40k has never, well, been a good place for me to be in, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I do like the Space Marines, but hey, there's tons of people who say they like Space Marines.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like maybe one or two chapters. There's everyone out there who just plays it because, oh, they are so overpowered.
Yeah, yeah.
It just gets ridiculous on that front. And the 40k world just doesn't sit right with me for just that reason to begin with. I don't know enough about it. And most of the very big words, very big words I don't know how to pronounce, doesn't help either. When I'm having to stop halfway through a description of a section.
You'd rather
like, what does it say? I can't understand that.
You'd rather there be a Assassin's Guild rather than a Officio Assassinorum.
Yeah, that's about right, yeah. Big words that make no sense.
Yeah.
Latin or some shit.
So, you weren't happy with playing it at all. You said you didn't really dig sci-fi as a GMable experience, right?
Not particularly, no. Playing it, I like sci-fi, don't get me wrong. I like Star Trek and Star Wars and so forth, but GMing it, I just can't bring myself to be in this... I can't think of the right way to put this. It just doesn't sit right with me, is all I can really say.
The GM has to enthuse about what he's doing, or else he's going to do it piss poor.
Basically, I can't immerse myself in the world as a GM, is what I mean. That's about the only way I can think of it.
Well, obviously, it wasn't going to work out for us if you couldn't pull it together.
If I can't immerse myself, there's no way the players are going to be able to immerse themselves either.
Yeah. Well, yes, then we had Craig is the one that knows most authoritative information
Out of all of us, he is...
on Warhammer 40k.
Yeah, out of all of us, he is the one with the most knowledge.
He's played a lot of previous content before. He's played like the original older games and
yeah. I mean, I played Space Hulk and
Hive Fleet Gothic.
Oh yeah,
and all that sort of thing.
Yeah,
yeah,
and collected like God knows how many points worth of armies.
Let's take a look at actually what happened here with the system under new management. You had to roll a new player. What did you roll?
I rolled an arbitrator.
Okay. Why did you want to add an arbitrator to the mix?
Well...
What have we got already? We've got a Psyker. That's Pete's new character.
Yep.
We've
got an assassin, which is you.
Myself.
And as of this mission, beginning of this game, Jez came back in with an old face.
Well, we'll get to that in a second. So let's talk about your class choice.
Well, I chose arbitrator because, well, I thought if I'm going to be playing Deathwatch later down the line, I don't want to ruin my tech priest experience, my tech marine experience, because that's what I intend to play first. So
yeah,
I'm not going to pick up a tech priest here.
You can see the mindset of him here. I'm kind of like that myself. I like sort of swapping around just too.
Yeah, so I don't want to ruin that experience.
It's a bit like if I'm going to beta an MMO, right?
Not play the class or go to an area you want to start in.
That's right. I won't play the side that I actually want to play when I play the game.
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically the idea there. I didn't want to play Scum because I didn't really have in my head a good character at that time.
Yep.
Pete was already playing a Psyker, and there's no point me throwing a secondary Psyker in, to be honest.
Yeah.
Jerichus is an assassin. The only way I could justify that in an RP sense would be to have someone else who's either part of the Solar Project, but what good is that?
Could have been a Luna.
Yeah.
That would be.
That would have been the only other option on that front, but I thought that's still a little bit tricky, trying to play off with two different assassins at the same time. Guardsman, I didn't really get the feel for Guardsman because I thought, if I'm going to play a Guardsman, I'm going to try and build it melee.
Okay.
So I kind of had and I'm playing a melee character as it is in Dragon Age, so I don't want my classes to be too similar.
Yeah.
So that only leaves Cleric, Scribe, or whatever, Adept, sorry, not Scribe, and that's me being me.
He's my Scribe.
And Arbitrator, as far as I remember, those being the only ones left at that point.
Yeah, so...
I thought, Adept, this group seems... the way the missions are built are all too much on the combat side, and Adept really doesn't have much, well, adaptability to that front.
Adaptability?
Yeah.
It would be nice, though, in a way, going in-gimped sometimes, isn't it? To really feel the struggle of your character. So
I decided to play an Arbitrator because I thought, well... The game is mostly about the different types of guns in the first place when it comes to 40k. So I thought, okay, let's build a character who specialises in his guns.
Right.
But then I took it a step further and said, he doesn't use anything but pistols. Typical sidearm or dual sidearms type cop, maybe. Both goes in, both guns blazing.
What was the concept you had in mind, character-wise, likening to? What sort of person did you have in your head for him?
Well, this came up as just a bit of a joke with you at first, but kind of stuck afterwards.
Crazy maverick cop.
Yeah, basically, Mel Gibson's character in Lethal Weapon, all of them.
Yeah,
not just any particular one, but all of them.
I was in game doing quite a few in-jokes on that one. With Jerichus, like, didn't I hear about you? I've heard your name before. What's your character's name?
Tristan Merrick.
Yes.
Again, anyone who knows TFT will also recognise this name as well, because this was an NPC I threw in, but had a different attitude at the time.
Now, this particular... Yeah, there was a few jokes in there. Weren't you the one that got his partner killed? What was his last words?
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
Basically, Jerichus is crazy in his own way, but that's because of all the mind cleansing. This guy is just basically starting with a ton of insanity points, realistically, already built in, but doesn't have them yet.
Mad Mel. Crazy, crazy Mel. That's what you should have been called. Mel. Mel Merrick.
Mel Maverick, at this rate.
Mel the Maverick Merrick.
Yeah.
That could be your nickname. Hey, Maverick. Hey, you've got a nickname now. Maverick. I dug that idea. I really did. I think it's something funny to add to the mix.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we can play serious characters, but it's more fun to play someone who's a little bit off-hinged.
I think a lot of the people in the 41st Millennium universe are unhinged. I think.
Yeah.
I think the grimdark, just the natural attitudes and paranoia, and I think that is just naturally makes you crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
The worship of a divine being who was actually immortal. A mortal man is their god. I mean, that's...
Yeah.
That's...
Who sat on the golden throne as a corpse?
Yep. Alright, so let's take a look at what happened at the beginning. So, we met an old face. We got... We've been given a new Inquisitor.
Yep.
So, Malvanius has pulled away and started doing something else, and he's had some reconstructive surgery from an explosive...
Animal of some sort.
Animal being sent through the post.
I don't get it. I don't quite understand this one, but apparently this is something set up between Jez and Craig.
So, he's currently unable to function as our Inquisitor. So, we've got some messed up tech priest guy.
Yeah.
With a multitude of Doc-Ock arms.
Yeah, which happen to have tons of ballistic weapons attached to them.
Mechadendrite.
That's the word, yeah. Or mechadendrite, one or the other.
Yes, well...
So it's another one of those words. It's a mechanical arm or attachment that can have either, like, a gun, but most of these ballistic mechadendrites usually just only have something really small attached to them, not a freaking storm bolter.
Yeah, we got called into the room and met this really grim guy, and he had a load of servitor skulls as well, all around the place.
Yes.
And they all had little zapper things on them.
Yeah, speak out of turn, zap.
And that's when we were introduced to Kizdeen Gix, or reintroduced, I should say.
Yeah.
She'd gone on the run as of the last session. Well, she's been brought into line. She's had some bracelets attached to her wrists.
Some nice additional attachments in this case.
The way it's going to work is she's like, yes, you know, you've signed up to be an acolyte and you're going to remain as it. We still need your skills as a thief.
Yeah, your usefulness has not ended yet.
We still need your skills, but we're going to keep an eye on you this time. So these things are able to keep a constant monitoring on her.
And apply minor shock.
And yeah, if she tries removing them in any way, they can apply shock. And then if she continues being problematic, then it can end up with like debuffs on stats and things like that temporarily.
Yes, and then there's something else. If she goes out of our proximity or something, she ends up getting a large enough shock to knock her out.
Yeah, she has to stay within however many meters of us.
I think Craig's predetermined whatever that distance is.
So that's nice for her. So yeah, it's really hard on her, you know, having to come back in like that.
I didn't quite understand it, but if they've got an RP reason for why, I mean, the whole factor of her getting out in the first place was for when she takes over as a rogue trader captain.
What it was really essentially about was Jez really couldn't connect with the idea of playing anyone else within the system, so he really... And that much was kind of obvious. So he was going to want to play this, really. So. Yeah, so Kizdeen's back. And we were told what our next mission was going to be. Apostasy Gambit, Part 2.
Yeah, the second book.
We went back into the Cathedral of Illumination, looking for the Archcardinal
Ignato, I believe it was.
Yes, we had quite a bit of information now, having gone elsewhere.
Yes, basically bring him in or kill him. We don't particularly care.
Yeah, we were looking for him. We couldn't find him. Looking around. Where did we go? We went to the mausoleum type place, or it's got some weird name thing.
Some sort of catacomb thing.
Catacomb thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Catacomist.
That's something along those lines. I would need the book in front of me to be able to read that one. Pete was trying to, because he's a pyromancer, control the flames so they wouldn't...
Yeah, because there's been a lot of religious rebellion.
Well, it's more of a case, someone started some rumours about the altar in the cathedral, And pilgrims and religious zealots in general are trying to break in so they can see it, the miraculous effects of whatever's happening.
And we've looked at the altar, we've examined it. We can't find anything wrong with it or out of sorts with the thing.
Yeah.
So it just felt like a big old sort of waste of time barking up the wrong tree thing, looking into that.
So right, let's go try and find where the Arch-Cardinal is.
Yeah, we couldn't find him. So we ended up stumbling around the place, looking. Ended up coming to the gardens.
Yeah.
Saw some of the gardener people.
Yeah.
saying, oh, it's locked, we can't get in.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So that was a bit suspicious.
Very suspicious.
We couldn't get in. In the end, Kistine managed to apply those thief skills and pick the lock, eventually getting it open. Which, saved Jericho's having to get his explosives out.
And Tristan was like, yeah, we'll just blow up the door. We go in with a bang here.
And there in the middle of the garden was the Arch-Cardinal. Or was it?
Uh-huh.
By all appearances it was, at least. Of course, we're in spoiler territory here, guys. We're going to go the full spoiler and sort of tell you that because we've got to tell you something in this video to make it interesting, of course. We confronted him and he said, oh yes, I suppose I would have always been caught. I knew it.
It was inevitable. Type of deal.
And then he started sort of transforming.
Well, he shed the skin of the Arch-Cardinal to reveal his true form.
What was that? Some sort of
Mutant guy. By the name of Rain.
Yeah, with wings.
Yeah. He was flying about in the air.
Yes.
Just within shooting range, at least.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we engaged with him. And we found that he's got a special willpower ability thing that can shut down a lot of your attacks and make them not even hit him at all. Just absorb them. So he was, we were firing bullets and a number of them were just hitting into his body and zapping off his energy from his...
catching them and melting them in his palm.
He did stuff like that too.
He made Jerichus run out the room with a Terrify.
Yep, Jerichus was like, a little bit sick in my mouth.
And then he tried using a Constrict power as well.
Yeah, he constricted Kistine down.
Constricted on you.
Jerichus down.
In the end, me and Jerichus just went crazy when right, we're going all out with our guns here. Semi-auto and full auto on whatever weapons we've got.
What was it? Pete Syker tried...
throwing a huge fireball at him.
Doing all sorts of things. And he was
on that front.
Shutting it all down.
On that front, I was shutting Pete down as well.
Oh, yeah, that's... Tell him about what you are.
I've spent my initial starting 400 experience points, because I have to do it then or it doesn't happen at all, to become an untouchable. An untouchable, basically, cannot be affected by psychic powers, or anything tainted by the warp. So basically, warp weapons do not hurt me.
Yeah.
And psychic powers cannot hurt me. However, if someone was to telekinetically lift a boulder above my head and then drop it from a great height, I would still take damage from that, because it doesn't protect against that. It just means I can't be physically affected by...
Indirect attacks, yes.
Yes.
But not direct psycho intervention on...
And on top of that, anyone within a certain yard radius of me, or meter radius, because I'm getting confused between Warhammer and Dragon Age again...
Yeah.
has to take a further -10, or a further +10, I should say, to the threshold of any power they decide to cast. And any tests they have to take that are psychic-based are increased by to a -20.
It's been really, really difficult, hasn't it?
Yeah, so he's like, I'm going to have to move away from him now. Or he moves away from me either way.
Oh, it's not too bad to break that 3 meters, is it? But
no, because it's by my willpower bonus. Unless I boost my willpower really high, it's going to be difficult. Also, if I'm fighting melee with a demon, it doubles the damage taken from warp instability. On top of that, so yeah. It's also nice and fun as well. So if a demon comes up and tries to smack me, and I dodge it, it hasn't done any damage, but someone else hurts it, it takes additional damage from warp instability instead.
Wow. That's kind of mad.
Yeah, very much so.
He was pretty bad, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. So negation of all our attacks and everything. And
with willpower?
Yeah.
So, he was screwing us over. And then we got him down to, what, 1 health, apparently?
Yes, and
then he casts a heal.
Yeah, Biomancy heal.
Full health, back up.
Yeah.
So we had to go in Bashitza crazy mode.
Yeah, basically we were like, right, we both point our guns there at the same time and bang, 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 bang.
It was good. When he healed, he fully rejuvenated, but he healed. That means we actually hurt it.
Oh yeah. If it bleeds, we
can kill it. Oh yeah. Keep shooting. Come on, Tex. So that's going to be another of your nicknames. Maverick and Tex. That's it.
Oh dear. Yeah, basically at this particular time, I just carry around a bunch of pistols. So I've got a solid projectile pistol and a bolt pistol.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty fun.
Mm.
Of course, I'm going to have to buy some more ammo for the bolt pistol because I'm getting low already. Got like 3 clips out of my starting 6.
We finally shot him up.
Yeah. And he exploded into what could only be described as glass-like fragments. And then we found a corpse buried in the bushes.
Yeah.
Bit weird.
They were looking at that saying, "Oh, where did that come from?" Like looking up. I don't know. We went up to his office.
Yes.
And we found a statue thing there.
Yeah. That was broke open at the front.
Yes. So you can carry it forward here if you want.
Yeah, it was a mechanical suspended animation device. That's the word. Suspended animation. But it's disguised as a statue for obvious reasons that the real Archcardinal Ignata was interred within. And he was, of course, had his skin flayed off, so that the other guy was wearing it.
That's quite incredible. Quite gross.
Yeah.
So
and it flew away through the ceiling of the cathedral,
the
the Archcardinal, that is, with a pair of wings as himself, apparently.
To me, that all started to seem a bit silly. Because we've just fought the thing that's supposed to be him, but he...
Is actually the thing we were supposed to be...
Himself is the thing, but then it took his skin anyway. So...
I could elaborate because, as having read the module before, I know what they're trying to do. But the idea is here, as the Maledictor's hand, that we got from the false Archcardinal Ignato, is that they want to ignite the Calixis or Calixis sector, whichever you want to pronounce it, I don't know how it's really meant to be pronounced, in the flames of war. Because mankind grows better through suffering and strife. And that the sector itself is in a dying state from being stagnant and not having much war happening for too long.
They are fairly peaceful as far as the
40k
the universe
goes, yes. Yeah. I will give it that. But the Maledictor's hand... Basically, they want to start a revolution. They want everyone to fight so that they can grow and become stronger. Which I can accept as an idea, but starting a war using religious means does never end well. Basically, they want to try and get the words of Drusus himself by using venom skins forgeries to ignite the faithful. And those who do not want war will then go to war because so many have already decided that it should be done.
Be a good time to bail out and join a rogue trader.
Yeah, it would be.
That's coming up, of course, guys. So I think that's where we stopped, wasn't it?
No, we were on the... I can't remember the name of the ship, but we were in a ship that was on its way trying to find the Archcardinal that had flown away. Right. Apparently, he had flown into space. How much of a mutant is this guy that he can breathe in space? Oh yeah, and then walks through the walls of the ship and takes control of it. We then find out that said ship is also on its way to Stone Garden. We get on the ship, I think it's called the Cudgel of Drusus or something.
Ah, yes. Now, yeah.
And we're on our way to Stone Garden as well. Until we come out of a warp jump to get the next trajectory to Stone Garden, when another ship leaves the warp and decides, ramming speed! Boomf! And boards us.
Yeah, they set up a nice boarding tube. Mm-hmm. And we get rushed.
Yeah.
Into the, what was it, the crew quarters?
the crew quarters or the canteen or something like that.
It's the canteen initially, wasn't it? Yeah.
Something along those lines.
And we're fighting off a load of the guys there as they're coming in, and then
some sort of religious zealots that are loyal to Ignano by so much means they're even drugged the hell up.
And then we counterattack with an army of about 100 troops.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole idea of this one was we are supposed to keep doing tests of inspirational things, command, whatever tests,
intimidation,
whatever it is we can think of to try and inspire the troops or help them keep fighting. So we were trying to use our particular skills.
Pete was ridiculous. He was like, okay, I set fire to one of my own guys and I kick him down the hallway shouting, you either get behind it or you get in front of it. Either way, if you don't go down, I'm going to kill you anyway.
Yeah, and I think Craig was like, yeah,
you should be a commissar.
You just lost more of your own guys because of that.
Yeah. Because they're running away from you. Jerichus was doing fanciful things, jumping on one guy's head, rotating one way, and then shooting with his gun as he goes.
He was doing the Spider-Man thing. Drawing fire and dodging bullets, and he's got step aside, so he's really dodgy now, you see.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was another guy, he severed his head off, one of the enemy, and shoved a grenade in the guy's mouth and pulled the pin and then threw the head at the enemies. That's an intimidate attempt, by the way. I rolled like 0-9 or something. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, pretty much. And then
it's like, you know, I'm at a job interview. Oh, and I did have one last thing I wanted to say to you, Mr. Potential Future Employer. I just rolled 0-9. Oh, well, you know, congratulations, you've got the job. Carry on.
Oh, dear.
It works all different ways, doesn't it, Brady? Carry on.
Yes. As we then progressed through the enemy ship, we then came to its engines, because we had to shut off its engines, because we're linked to the other ship, and it's pulling us into some sort of sun or something. I'm not sure what exactly it was again, but we're getting dragged into something.
Yeah.
And we only had X amount of time till impact, and we had to stop the other ship's engines before we got pulled in.
Oh no, it's the trooper guys, and it's a tractor beam.
Yeah.
Link on screen if you want to see that. The joke to that.
Got there, we had like 40 odd men left out of the 100. Because people ended up running away and dying. Kisdine did absolutely nothing to try and help inspire people, because she did not want to be here. It wasn't her fight, as she put it. And my guy was like, right, you can stay if you want, but if we don't stop them, they're going to get here anyway and kill us all to begin with, so... It may not be your fight, but it's going to be your fight.
You know, another way you could have handled it?
Mm-hmm.
Because it felt a little bit too much like you were being too much you in that.
Yeah.
You could have, if you really dig into the mind of Mad Mel, you could be like this. You crazy bitch. I kind of like it, but we're going to be having serious words when this is over. Do you understand?
Yeah, well, she's a scum too, so...
It could turn into an argument, there could be bloodshed, and it might be followed by sex. I don't know.
Yeah, but I still need to get more feeling for the character as well. So
well, that's quite good.
Yeah, another thing I could have done was do the whole Mal jumping off the building with the guy who was going to jump, because he controlled the jump, as he put it afterwards. Took some took a pair of handcuffs, put them on my well, wherever I'm going, you're going anyway. Oh yeah, and I'm giving the key to Jerichus. Go on, eat it. Yeah, we got to the engine room. Unfortunately, there's a bunch of more of these psycho frenzy guys on whatever drug they're on, plus a Pentient engine, which is basically a human in some sort of weird machine that is like God knows how big.
Oh boy, I'm gonna get a beer. You carry on.
Yeah, okay. Because of it being what it was, it basically had lots of nice, sharp, cutty bits on it. Right, I need to get a nice one of my demolition charges on this thing, and it came down to a point where we were just trying to give Jerichus cover to get in range.
Yeah, well, the demolition charges that he speaks of, put them up together by using some Malta pistol ammo.
Yeah, Malta canisters.
And normally it's like 66 damage, isn't it?
A melter bomb has like 66 damage, penetration 12. Anything within 2 meters of it takes that damage.
So we designed something that would be smaller, portable, that is 3d6 plus whatever bonus from the
6 degrees of success.
yeah on the demolitions attempt of making it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to get in close and get one of those planted on the damn thing.
Yeah. I mean, my guy...
You gave me cover.
Yeah, my guy ran in and was like, alright, you bastards, come on then. And they did. 2 of the psychos ran at me and almost took me down real fast. I was like on 3 health after they got 1 attack each. Well, both of them just furied me to begin with, and on top of that, so the damage output was significantly quite high. Although later we found out afterwards that Pete acted out of sequence because Craig looked at the wrong set of sheets for initiative, and Pete locked down the Pentient engine for 1 round with a jamming spell.
He forced all of its guns to jam because I didn't really want to see what that thing could do, so I'm glad that he did jam it.
I'm not even sure if it had guns because it tried to get on you and in subsequent turn and go cutty cutty chop chop.
Well, I dodged.
Yeah,
I've got those skills.
Yes.
I survived a lictor.
Yes, you did.
Not scared of that.
Yeah. Kisdeen didn't do anything because everyone was blocking her view, I guess. My guy, after being hit by those 2 attacks, I went full semi-auto with my bolt pistol at point blank range, I might add, and went bang, bang, bang. Killed everything.
Yeah, now, it was 2 guys, but you did 3 shots. So, the joke was, bang, first guy.
1 for you.
Bang, second guy.
1 for you.
And then, bang, that's your spirit guy. That was helping you. Now you don't know where to go, do you?
Yeah, as Jerichus went in and threw a melter bomb after that at the big Pentient engine, the big machine. At this point, the Pentient engine, it is, and it did a hell of a lot of damage.
And I just want to see what key we're in at the moment. That's the key we're in.
Yeah. It did a hell of a lot of damage, got through its armor, and Pete threw down like a firestorm at some point, and it did a lot. Yeah. Even then threw a wall of fire up in a diagonal line through me. It's warp fire, so I'm like, ooh, that tingles a little. Doesn't burn. But realistically, it should have damaged whatever I'm wearing. So my ammo pop container could have gone pew, 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 from heat.
Yeah. Well, we did kind of say an idea. It's like you were on about, if someone's going to fire a psychic attack, everybody get behind me. You like tanking, don't you?
I never liked it too much in MMOs because it was too freaking buttons. So I gotta hit this button to do this, and that button to do this, to go into this, and that, and no, they can do it.
So now you're just getting the GM to push all the buttons.
But, yeah, seriously, MMOs, you've got to hit this button to go into this stance, hit this button to activate your taunt, hit this button to generate X amount of threat. In this case, it's like, in Dragon Age, in Tier 2 at least, I can actually have a taunt stunt. Basically, get on me, you bastards, in whatever fashion I like to say it.
Yeah.
Like I could insult someone and someone's mother or something, and that'd be enough to piss them off.
Yes. So
we killed the Pentient engine, we stopped the ship from crashing, we shut down their engines to do so, of course. And, well, we're now on our way to Stone Garden to finish off. And do whatever that requires.
Session 18.
In the bag.
Pretty successful. It felt more like we were living and breathing and experiencing the universe.
And yeah, I have a lot of respect for the universe in the sense of how fucking deadly it is, considering I almost got my ass handed to me on my first mission.
Jez wasn't too happy with playing it, was he?
No, but his thing was more of a mechanics issue with the whole, too many tables to look at.
Yeah.
I mean, Pete was rolling a lot of 9s with his Psycho.
He's been a bit spoilt playing Dragon Age, isn't he? But Dragon Age is considered very, very light as roleplay games go anyway. So if he was playing a lot of the others, then they'd feel very crunchier as well.
Yeah, D&D, Pathfinder, they're all got a lot of different dice that you need for different things. I mean, there's the D20 to hit, then there's the D4 to D10 or whatever, of how many dice you can roll for damage, depending on what weapon or what size your character is, because some weapons have size differences.
Yeah.
And then this can go on because you may be casting spells that do like 4d6 or does a natural d10, or you need to... I don't know anymore. There's just so many dice in D&D that you need all of the percent, from percentile to the normal d4.
We're experiencing a story, aren't we? We're telling a story.
Yeah.
And there's still player character stories that to come about.
In
Heresy.
in any system, really, to be honest.
Yeah. So I would definitely like to at least see the one that's the long-standing one that goes with Jericho's character concept one, the whole thing behind...
Yeah, so I need to know some of the details of what I have on that one for Craig. I mean, I may know what's coming, but he, in a way, at least anyway, but he'll find his own way to make it work and run.
Well, we'll leave it there, guys. We won't take up any more of your time. So, that was 18. Looking towards 19 now.
Yep.
Looks like there's going to be a showdown.
Oh, yeah. Like those showdowns.
But until next time. That's where I'll see you. Goodbye.